Hey there, today I'm going to be showing you how to build a basic modular bird stand just from parts you can find at your local hardware store. First off, let's go through what the parts you'll need and the tools you'll need for this very basic bird stand. Obviously, you can supply your own branches and toys. And then after I show you how to build this, I'll show you the bird stand that I initially built that has a few more features, a little more structurally rigid in case you have a larger bird. But to start off, you don't really need too many tools. You just need a saw of some sort to be able to cut the PVC, a drill with a 1/4-inch bit to be able to fit branches through a hole, and a measuring tape to be able to know where you're cutting. Going through the material, the hardware store that we went to had these nice pre-cut pieces of PVC tubing that are just 2 feet long, and then they're 2 inches in diameter. And then you'll need about 7 of those. You'll need 5 of these T-junctions. Again, make sure that you get the same diameter as your tubing. You'll need 5 90-degree elbows. You might notice that I have 4 that are a little longer and 1 that's a little shorter. The 4 that are longer are for the base, and then the one that's a lot shorter is going to be for the top, very top branch of the stand. And then you need 3 plugs to be able to put your branches on. So that's all the materials and the tools that you're going to need to be able to make this modular birdie play stand. Okay, let's first start on the base. For the base, you're going to need 4 of the same length of right angles, 3 of the T-unions, and then 5 of the pipes. To be able to get the base together, what you're going to need to do is take 2 of the pipes and cut them in half, and then take the 5th pipe, you can cut it in half, and then what you want to do is then remove the same distance that one of the T-junctions is, such that when you put a T-junction in the middle, it's about the same length as one of the longer pipes. So to be able to start assembling the base, as you can see, you can just start. This is going to be the center section, which then goes up to the middle section to support the branches. Then you can put one T-junction on each end of those. And remember, these are going to be at right angles to the center T-junction. And just make sure that these T-junctions are facing the same way so that you don't get a mismatch in the length of pipes. Now on each side of these, we're going to put one section of the pipes that you cut in half. So basically we're making a H right now. Just flip it over, get the other side in. Okay. Now what we do is we can start putting our right angles on and the longer tubes. Another right angle to connect these guys. Cinch it down a little bit, flip it over. Second to last right angle. The last longer tube in here. And then the very last right angle. So that's the completed base. For this simple version, I'm not going to use PVC epoxy just because I don't want it to leak out and be able to have the birds eat any of the epoxy. This basic stand, we're not going to use any epoxy, just again for bird safety, but if you have a larger bird and are concerned about how much weight this can take, just be careful with the epoxy so it doesn't leak out, and yeah, that should be it for the base. Okay, now that we have the base assembled, let's finish assembling the rest of the stand, and then I'll show you the extras that we put on our stand and how we have our stand set up. For this portion, what you need to do is drill 1 hole in each of your caps. Again, that's we use a 1/4-inch drill bit, and then cut one of the 2 remaining sections of length in half. So to be able to assemble this very simple base, just take your full length one. To be able to get some height off the ground, put that into the middle section of the base. 1 half length of pipe, or sorry, not half length, a T intersection. Let's put that down there. That will be for the lowest branch. 1/2 length of pipe. Your last T intersection, right there. The final length of pipe, there. And then the last 90-degree elbow. And how you attach branches is that you stick the metal end of the branch in there, and then the cap just sits securely in there. So with this system, you can have up to 3 branches. Or for example, if you wanted something a little lower, you could take all this off. You can see how sturdy this is when you actually put it on. And then you can just have 1 branch, or any combination of the 3, or if you want more branches, the sky's the limit for you. But yeah, this is the basic version of the Playstand that I'm pretty sure cost us well under $100 and is bird safe. So this is a Playstand that I built originally a few years ago and that our birds have been absolutely loving. This just is showing some of the extras that you can build on top of the basic Playstand that I just showed you how to build by yourself. Starting at the bottom, I did glue the base together because I wasn't quite sure how strong and durable that would be. But also I glued it together so that we could put caster wheels on the bottom so that we could just roll it around the house. Another feature that I put on here was this bolt right here with the wing nut. Drilled a couple holes in this inside PVC, and once you take this guy out, which I did not drill the holes quite large enough to make this easy, but this allows you to adjust the height of the top structure. So what I've done here is that I have put a larger piece of PVC in this lower piece of the stand. As you can see, drilled a hole here, drilled a hole up here, so that what you can do is just drop it down if you want the branches lower, put the bolt through, put the wing nut on the back, make sure that you don't get zinc plated hardware because that is not bird safe. Another thing that I've done is added these little eyelets at the bottom of the cups. That's what's allowing me to run this chain from up here. Also, you can hang toys from these eyelets. And yeah, I think that's basically the upgrades that we've done to this, and you can see what, with some branches and toys, what the finished product looks like.